Hi all. Something I wanted to show you was in your emergency kit, make sure you have a fire extinguisher. Some people mount them. I just leave mine right here. That way I can, in an emergency, I can get to it real fast. So I just got this at the Walmart, I think. I'm not really sure where I got it. I might have got it online. But I bought the Marine because I thought it would be out in the truck in the water. It might be better. So it says fights fires common in autos, trucks, and watercraft. For use on fires involving flammable liquids, electrical equipment. That's the important thing. Some fire extinguishers you can't use on electrical equipment. Yeah, I know it don't make any sense, but that's the way they do it. Single use, disposable, you can only use it once. 6-year warranty, UL rated 10-BC. I'm not sure what that means. We'll have to check on that. Some of the more expensive fire extinguishers are rechargeable. You can bring them to a local fire extinguisher store and they can add fluid to it. But you see, this one here is disposable one. So this BC stuff, 10-BC, that's the first time I've seen that. I was a security guard for 8 years. I supervised 40 armed guards at a small college, 10 factories, so I was really into the fire science type thing, but never dealt with the Marine stuff. So that's what they're saying here. Usually the fire extinguishers are A, B, C. They're either A and B, or A, B, and C. So the C, almost always just buy the ABC, because you never know what you're going to spray. Even if you have a fire in a warehouse, there could be wires. So always buy at least ABC. I suppose there might be situations where you only need a B or you only need an A, but as far as I'm concerned, always buy A, B, C. And then I think they even have a D. Seems like I remember reading something on that a while back. Okay, so just to run through this, auto, marine, dry chemical. The dry chemical is why you can use it on an electrical fire, which is what you need for your truck. Fire extinguisher for auto, boat. Fights fires involving flammable liquids and electrical equipment. Easy read pressure gauge, single use unit, replace after 12 years. So I don't know if I'd trust it for 12 years. I'd say 2 or 3 at the most, and then throw it in the shed and get a new one for the truck. There's this gauge on them, that tells if it's still good. But 12 years is pretty old. All the little plastic pieces may not work right. Easy installation, mounting bracket included. So maybe we'll check that out. We'll mount it in the truck somewhere, but I don't see anywhere I could actually mount it. So I think I watched a video and the guy put it in his truck bed. U.S. Coast Guard extinguisher requirements: 0 or less than 26 feet. 1 Kitty Auto Marine Series unit. 26 to 40 feet. 2 Kitty Auto Marine Series units, 40 to 65 feet, 3 kitty auto marine series units. This fire extinguisher is suitable for use on the following types of fire: B and C. I think A is like just general paper and wood. So I don't know why they wouldn't have that here. You know, if it gets liquids and electrical equipment. Gasoline, heptane, switches, outlets. Same as the front, just in Mexican. Same as the other side. Okay, so let's open this up and see what that bracket looks like. Oh yeah, see, it's just a little bracket here. I don't know if I'd want that flopping around the truck. It's just real thin plastic. See, this clips on here like that, and then this wraps around here like that. Okay. Well, I think I'd rather keep it in the box. Let's go ahead and check this out. See, pull the pin and then squirt it like this. Okay. You can see here it's still in the green zone. That little dial is in the green area, so it's still good. And I've had it for over a year. So, okay, here's the instructions. Pull pin, hold unit upright. Start back 6 feet. Aim at base of fire. See, that's very important. Aim at the base of the fire. Some people start squirting the flames. You know, the flames could be 4 feet off the ground. That's not really going to help none. You know, they're saying here, aim at the base of the fire. So squirt it at your engine, you know, if your engine's on fire. Squeeze lever and sweep side to side. Here's some general instructions and warnings. Read the owner's manual and extinguisher label. Read all warnings and cautions on the label. Improper use could result in serious bodily injury or property damage. This product must be removed from service 12 years after date of manufacturing per NFPA 10. That must be some type of regulation. NFPA 10. Year of manufacturing located on the bottom of the cylinder. So down here it says 2016. Okay. Discharge time approximately 8 to 12 seconds. So might be a good idea to have two. You know, you only get 12 seconds or even 8 seconds. Safety precautions, warnings, keep away from children. Yeah, they'll squirt it in the yard and waste it. Do not discharge at person's face. Do not store at high temperatures above 120 or at extremely cold temperatures below -40. So that's what I was wondering, how cold can it get in the truck? So -40 Fahrenheit. So I don't think it ever gets that cold here. We have wind chills of -20 sometimes, but that's rare. So it should be okay in the truck. Caution, do not test. Any use will cause pressure loss. Discard extinguisher if dropped, damaged or dented or corroded in any way. Avoid exposure to contents, contact lenses, or have respiratory illness or skin allergies. Although the agent contained in this extinguisher is not toxic, it can cause skin irritation in case of contact with agent. Flush from affected area with clean, cool water. Discard immediately after any use. Completely discharge unit before discarding. Okay, so something else you might want to check is if yours was on a recall. I know a few months back there was a big recall on fire extinguishers. So there's probably some type of code on here somewhere. This guy here. Just go to the company website and see if there was a recall on your fire extinguisher. Now here's the 800 number. There's the website. So I don't know if there's anywhere I could mount this. I don't see any place. That's why I was thinking just under the back seat is fine. If I had a little bit more room here, I could stick it in here. So if you do bump into a fire, most likely it's going to be under the hood. Okay, so if you look around YouTube, you can see plenty of videos on truck fires. So the reason why I thought this would be a good video is because if your truck catches on fire, you don't want to just jump out and run. Most likely you got thousands of dollars wrapped up into it. Where you can you might be able to at least minimize the damage if you had a fire extinguisher with you. Okay, so first thing to do is jump out, step away, make sure you're safe, and then call 911 and get them coming as fast as possible. And then if you're able to open the hood before the fire gets too big, then go and grab your fire extinguisher and see if you can put it out. But that's real dangerous, so you have to be real careful. Sometimes it's not the fire that kills you, it's the heat. People run into a burning house, and the heat from the flames, just one whiff can destroy your lungs. Just one whiff of that heat. So even though you can run through the flames, you always see movies and stunts where they run through the flames, but the bad part is the heat. The fire is so hot, I think 400 degrees or something like that can singe your lungs and kill you. That's something that people just don't know. That's why they say take a wet towel and wrap it around your face. It stops the heat from getting into your mouth. I'm no real expert on this fire stuff. When I was a guard, all I did was call 911. But I studied it a little bit. But if there's a big snowstorm, you're stuck out on the road somewhere and your truck catches on fire, it may be 15 minutes before the fire truck gets to you. So by then, the truck's gone. Where maybe you might be able to jump out and put out a small fire, if you have a small fire on your engine. Something that you should do is, while the engine is running, look around, make sure there's nothing squirting out. Years ago, I used to have a little silver car. It was a AMC Concorde, and that thing lasted forever, years. I had 190,000 miles on it, but one time I was at a gas station getting it worked on, and the mechanic found a gas leak, and the only time you saw it is when the engine was running, and it was like squirting out from here, and there's like a steady stream landing right on top of the carburetor, and it was like someone was pissing on the engine. You know, that's how it was, a steady stream just squirting out. And the mechanic, I still remember him looking at me in the eyes. He was standing like right next to me here. He goes, "I'm surprised it didn't blow up." So, you know, I guess I had a guardian angel following me around back in my younger days. You know. And then that Taurus I had too. I drove that Taurus for 25 years. The wire and harness, I think it was up under the dashboard, inside the cab. You know, it was an old harness, 25 years old. One day I was going down the freeway and it started smoking, and I had smoke coming from underneath the dash, and I pulled into a local mechanic, and they put in a new harness. And that was an expensive job. It was like a $600 harness or something like that. But you know, old snow plow, old wiring, you know, you never know what you're getting into. So see, I have this better fire extinguisher here. It's just inside the door, and it came with a lot bigger mount here. But then I just used a piece of strap. You know, I just put a screw in the back here, wrapped it around the front, screwed both sides in, you know, so it can't just slip off, you know, smack you in the head. That's pretty heavy. Oh, this is A, B, C here, and then here it says wood, trash. See, this one says the same temperature, 20 or 120 to -40. So that's what I was worried about. How cold can these get before they freeze up? Okay, so I think that's all I got for this one. See ya. Bye.